Well, here we are at Dennis Kwasnycia's in Chatham, Ontario, and Dennis is a luthier of guitars. I've known Dennis for quite a long time. He's built a couple guitars that I've been able to hold, and I own one currently, and it's been a wonderful guitar. So please welcome Dennis Kwasnycia, guitar builder, luthier.
Thank you.
Good to see you. So, can you tell us a little bit about your love of guitars and how you became a builder of fine handmade instruments?
Do you want the short or the long?
Oh, whatever you got, we'll take it.
It started off, I just loved designing things.
Yeah.
The type of work I was in was the metal industry, and eventually, after needing to work on my own instruments, I found out that the guitars that I had rather quickly weren't really all that good as my education went. And I was doing repairs for myself and friends and family, and some of them started bringing them to some of the stores and saying, "Hey, look what Dennis did." And so they started calling me up, and that's what started it. And but then when I realized I still couldn't afford to buy a guitar from another builder, and I really wasn't aware of too many other builders at that time, I decided that I'm going to build them myself. And before I even started it as a business, I still hadn't built one yet, and I told my wife, I says, "We're going to start a business, and I'm going to build guitars." And
That's great.
she was kind of nervous about that.
Yeah.
And I imagine she maybe thought like a box with a stick coming out of it or something. And but yeah, here we are, and Lord's definitely helped me along the way, I'll say.
How many years has it been now since the first guitar?
Oh, I think the first ones were in 1997.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we officially started the business. And I started doing work on instruments in 1988, and took my time until it was a what's the word? Confirmed in myself that this is what I need to do.
Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful work. All right, Dennis, tell us a little bit about this beautiful guitar here that we've got. You may want to. Do you want to hold this and show the camera a little bit about this one?
Okay. Well, this one here is one of five, or I'm sorry, 5 of 13. This is a limited run with this particular top. This is a small jumbo guitar. It has a Tunnel 13 redwood, which was cut in 1889. And there's only 2 builders right now that I'm aware of that have this wood, and that's myself and Petrol's Guitars. And what makes this wood significant is it's the location where the last great American train robbery took place in 1923. And 2003, the tunnel caught fire. Somebody was trying to stay warm and set the tunnel on fire. And so it collapsed, and they had to go in and do the work. So they ripped out some of the beams. And this is from some of the beams that have been sitting in that tunnel, nice and dry, and receiving the reverberations from the locomotives as they were going through there every day. And the back and sides on this instrument is African blackwood, very straight grained, difficult to find good straight grained African blackwood. This particular instrument has a rib rest and an armrest, which makes it a lot more comfortable when you're playing the instrument. It has a sound port allows the instrument to project, but also for you to be able to hear more of what you're playing. The frets on this are gold Evo, which are hypoallergenic, and that's about it.
Beautiful.
Other than yeah, some of the inlays and stuff like that, everything's all hand cut. So I traditionally I build the instruments, the old world tradition. I still bend them over and iron the sides. I don't have any molds that I bend them over. Shop's not big enough for that to have all those molds. And I tune all the tops and the backs to a particular note that I feel works well for my instrument. And we use a spectrum analyzer for that. Yeah.
Many hours of hand work
Yeah.
go into each guitar. Yeah, it's beautiful.
So I don't know what else to say about this one. This particular instrument was made for the Memphis Guitar Festival. And so now it resides in my shop for myself and for others to play until one day I feel comfortable to let it go.
We're going to have to talk about that a little bit. That's beautiful. I really appreciate it. Well, thanks for showing us one of your guitars. And if anybody would be interested in having a guitar built by you, they can contact you through telephone or email.
Yeah.
And we'll show those things on our video. So if people want to get a hold of you, they can, and they can make an appointment and choose the woods that they want to have their instrument made of, and
Yes, we'll have a long conversation about
all of those things.
all those particulars, and if they would like, they can have they can watch their baby born, take photos along the way, each step of the way, for them to have documentation on everything that's been done, and so that they have something to reminisce back on.
Mm-hmm. That's great. Thank you so much, Dennis, for showing us your art. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much.